King Charles is exhausted. It's not just the weight of the crown or the pressures of the monarchy. It's Camilla. Despite all his efforts to maintain peace, the constant push from his wife, Camilla, is wearing him down. What's really going on behind closed doors? Why is the king still so tired, even after all this time? It's no secret that being the king of the United Kingdom comes with a massive amount of responsibility. Charles, after decades of waiting, finally ascended to the throne in 2022. The entire world watched as the old guard was replaced with a new monarch, signaling the end of an era. But despite the long-awaited moment of coronation, King Charles is not exactly enjoying the reign he dreamed of. Behind the public displays of unity and royal tradition, there's a growing undercurrent of exhaustion, and it's not because of the usual royal duties. At the heart of the issue is his wife, Camilla. While their relationship has been portrayed as a love story for the ages, there's something more complex going on behind the scenes. Camilla's relentless push for influence and her ever-expanding role within the royal family is leaving Charles fatigued, both physically and emotionally. When King Charles became king, he knew that change was inevitable. The monarchy had to modernize, evolve, and adapt to the 21st century. But that doesn't mean the king is immune to the challenges of leadership, especially when it involves a partner like Camilla, who has her own vision of what the royal family should look like. Camilla's desire to take a more prominent role in the monarchy isn't new. From the very beginning of their marriage, it was clear that she had aspirations beyond being the quiet, supportive spouse. She wanted to be seen, heard, and respected. Her position as queen consort was a powerful one, but she didn't stop there. Camilla's ongoing push to be involved in almost every aspect of royal life, whether it's advising on state matters or influencing public opinion, has become a source of tension. Charles, on the other hand, never fully embraced this dynamic. Yes, he loves Camilla, but there's a difference between personal affection and professional collaboration. As the king, Charles is faced with the delicate balance of maintaining the monarchy's traditions while also evolving it to meet modern expectations. It's a challenging line to walk, and Camilla's continual pushing to be more involved has complicated matters. Her influence within the royal family is undeniable, but it's also been a point of contention. Some see her as a strong, capable partner who helps Charles navigate the complexities of the throne. Others view her as someone who seeks to control the narrative, bending royal customs and expectations to her will. But no matter how it's viewed, one thing is clear: Charles is feeling the pressure. Despite their closeness, there have been moments when it seemed that Camilla's ambitions were pushing Charles to his limits. The king, who has spent decades in the public eye, seems more weary than ever. It's as though the crown, which he waited for his entire life, is now weighing heavier than expected, and Camilla's insistent drive for prominence is making it even more burdensome. There are reports that Camilla's continued push for power and recognition has led to behind-the-scenes tension. Sources close to the royal family claim that the king often feels overwhelmed by his wife's constant desire to be front and center. He's said to have even confided in a few trusted allies about how much he values her partnership, but wishes she would ease off. But the queen consort, a woman with decades of experience in navigating complex social circles, doesn't seem to be backing down anytime soon. For Charles, there's the undeniable challenge of managing his marriage and his kingdom at the same time. As king, he's expected to maintain a certain level of stoicism, always showing strength and stability to the public. But behind closed doors, the exhaustion is real. It's not just the physical strain of being the head of state. He's dealing with the emotional weight of a relationship that's constantly under the microscope. It's no secret that Charles and Camilla's relationship has been controversial. From the moment their affair became public to Camilla's rise to queen consort, the public's view of her has been mixed. Some admire her resilience and her ability to carve out her place in the royal family, while others remain skeptical about her intentions. But what's undeniable is her unwavering ambition to ensure that her position is secure and respected. Charles, despite his personal affection for Camilla, has always been a more reserved figure. He's not the type to assert his dominance, and he's often been criticized for being overly sensitive to public opinion. But in this marriage, He seems caught between the love he feels for Camilla and the reality of how much her ambitions are affecting him. In his quest to be the best king he can be, he often finds himself wondering whether he can balance his personal life with the demands of his monarchy. As the months go by, the signs of exhaustion in Charles are becoming more apparent. His once constant public appearances have slowed down. There are days when the king's energy seems drained, as though the weight of his responsibilities is taking a toll on his health. And it's not just the work that's getting to him. It's the pressure from Camilla, her constant insistence on taking on new roles and responsibilities within the royal family. In many ways, Charles seems to have become a victim of the very thing he spent his life preparing for, the throne. The expectations that come with it, the scrutiny, the ever-present spotlight, it's all starting to wear him thin. But the real challenge? Camilla's desire to be more than just a supporting figure, her push to assert her influence, and her ongoing involvement in royal matters. It's all leaving the king drained. The problem isn't just that Camilla is pushing, it's that she's not taking a step back. Camilla's need to constantly be at the forefront of royal duties, her desire to represent the monarchy in various capacities, is something Charles never fully anticipated. She was always there, by his side, but as queen consort, her role is far more prominent. With her power growing, it seems like the one thing that's being sacrificed is Charles's well-being. There are moments when Charles must feel like he's being drowned by it all. He's seen as a king who should be strong, resilient, and impervious to the pressures around him. But the truth is that even a king has his limits. And right now, it seems like Camila'S continual pushing for more is tipping him over the edge. For Charles, the real question is how long he can keep up this pace. As his wife continues to push for influence, can he continue to support her ambitions without sacrificing his own peace of mind? Or will the constant strain between their personal and professional lives eventually cause a rift too deep to repair? The whispers within royal circles have already started. Is this the beginning of a shift in the monarchy? Will Charles, weary and overburdened, eventually be forced to make a decision that will change everything? One thing is for certain. The future of the monarchy will depend not just on the king, but on how the power dynamic between him and Camilla unfolds in the coming years. As for King Charles, it seems his exhaustion is only the tip of the iceberg. The real challenge might just be ahead, one that neither he nor Camilla could have ever predicted. Will Charles be able to find the balance he needs, or will Camilla's push for power ultimately be his breaking point? The answer isn't clear yet, but it's a question that's on everyone's mind. And as the royal family enters a new chapter, one thing remains undeniable. The strain on King Charles is real, and Camila'S influence is only growing.